back to the show here. Steve Lehman along with you tonight. Tony Formosa, our guest from Fairground Speedway. Happy to welcome Tony into the show here. Tony, big week coming up. You guys had a race that was actually rained out a couple weeks ago. So you get the race on the track this weekend, weather permitting. Tell us about what's going to go on. Country music night, as I hear, at Fairground Speedway.
It is, and which you know, we were 1 week in advance as CMA, and now we're 1 week behind it. So it still is country music night, and it's a makeup race, and still going to have the same exact program that we had, what we're doing is, being that this is the first race of the summer for the kids, any kid that has a passing report card will actually get free admission into the grandstands. Compliments of the Fairground Speedway. We're all about kids, and in addition to that, we'll have, as always, the bouncy houses for the kids, and the first 100 kids that come to the Speedway Saturday night with their passing report cards will get a free t-shirt, compliments of Oliver Cordell, which is a fine young driver that has just started. This is his first year. I think he's 12 or 13 years old, another rookie.
Great.
And is doing really well. So he's kind of got a great fan base, and a lot of kids are following him. So they're going to give away Oliver Cordell racing t-shirt for the first 100 kids that show up with passing report card. In addition to that, we will also still have our, as always, our world's famous money drop, where we literally take hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars and drop off of the roof for the entire audience and all the race fans. It's quite spectacular. And we put some D&D bucks that you can spend at our concession stands also in that. We give away a free big flat screen TV, and this weekend we're not only going to give away a free flat screen TV, but we're going to give away some jukeboxes, compliments of Crossley, and I think we have some radios. We got a lot of different stuff here that we're going to give away, and I'm going to try to talk about it as the show goes on. But we got a lot of things to give away. We try to make sure that everybody has a chance to win something. You know, it's family entertainment, entertainment for the whole family, and not to mention action-packed stock car racing at its best.
It's an action-packed night, and there you see on the screen an action-packed schedule for the rest of the summer. You got another race coming up July 9th, and a couple races coming up in August, including the always special back-to-school night. I know that's a big crowd every year. A race in September the 10th, and then, of course, the 2016 version of the All-American 400, such a famous race that you guys do a great job with, October 1st and 2nd there at Fairground Speedway. But back to country music night this Saturday. What time do the gates open, cost, those sort of things for people at home in terms of getting out, seeing the best action, and what they'll be in for?
Okay, well, we're actually going to bump the start off time up 30 minutes early. We normally have been starting at 5 o'clock, and we're going to starting at 4:30. So the gates will open at 2 o'clock, and our first people can come at 2 o'clock and get an opportunity to watch some of the time trials and the practice and whatnot. And then the first green flag will fall at 4:30. And reason for that, Steve, we have 8 divisions now that started on the quarter-mile track with the 4-cylinder pure stock cars, and go all the way up to the $50,000 pro late model division. And so we have 8 divisions, and we have numerous amount of cars. I think for our last race, our May race, was the biggest race, biggest crowd we've had so far, and certainly a record crowd for this year. But we have over 165 participants in cars. So we keep setting records on car count and everything, and there are more and more cars coming in, not to mention the entry list for the All-American 400 in October. it's going to be the biggest All-American 400 that we've ever had. So we're going to open the gates at 4:30, and at 2 o'clock, and the first green flag will fall at 4:30, and of course we have a curfew at 10:30. So we have to rock and roll, and during intermission time we'll be giving a lot of stuff away, like flat screen TV and the money drop and whatnot. So
sounds great. In terms of all the various divisions, how competitive? You talked about the car count. It's up. It continues to go up every year. But how competitive is this particular race class that you're going to see on the track this summer?
They're very competitive. A record number of rookies at the Speedway this year. I think we have over 60 rookies competing in all of our divisions. So we'll sell you a ticket and you get the whole seat, but all you're going to need is the edge of it, because the racing action at the Fairground Speedway just keeps getting better and better and better and better. Not to mention all the stuff that we give away and the things we do. We're also going to have we're going to give away a few Ride of Your Lives, which I'll be doing that personally in my own Ride of Your Life Monte Carlo SS, and you ought to come out and take a ride with me sometime.
I would love to do that at some point.
Well,
we need to make that happen.
Just come on out, and we'll show you what it's like to go 130 miles an hour down the back straightaway, and so quite fascinating ride.
Those people who know me know I haven't had the best luck in cars in the last year, but I think that sounds great, and I trust you more than some other drivers out there on the world. So we talk about all the rookies that are out there. You mentioned one, the young 12 or 13-year-old. The T-shirts are coming out this weekend. Fairground Speedway is kind of known as the cradle of stock car drivers. Do you see some of these rookies? Can you see already the talent that they could be the next big thing?
Yeah, actually, we have drivers competing from about 13 different states this year that come to the Fairground Speedways, and Steve, this goes back a long, long time ago. Dale Earnhardt Sr. told Dale Jr., he said, come to Nashville, go to Nashville, Fairground Speedways. If you can go to Fairgrounds and you can win there, you can win on any track in America. And same thing with Kyle Petty, Adam Petty, the Allisons. Bobby sent Clifford here and Davey here, and I can just go on and on and on, and Cuckoo and Sterling, and by the way, mentioning Sterling Marlin, he is going to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award. It'd be the first time that the first time that I've given an award away like that. Now, my father won it a few years after he passed, and I was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award last year. The highest honor that award that you can receive is a Lifetime Achievement Award, and our own two-time Daytona 500 champion Sterling Marlin will receive that, presented by the Fairground Speedways, on our stage this coming Saturday night. So that'll be something really cool to see too. And
he still loves to be out there and be a part of the action.
He does,
just as much today as he did many years ago.
As a matter of fact, he's led every race that we've had this year. He's been in the halt for the checker flag, and he's had mechanical difficulties. So I think he had the last race pretty much in the bag, and he had some car troubles right there toward the end, and the race got cut short due to all the red flags we had. So he was in the halt for the checker flag that night.
What does it say about the track, Tony, that a guy like Sterling Marlin, who went on to win the Daytona 500, had incredible success, comes back, participates, still wants to be involved and be a part of this track?
Well, and these like we said a while ago, these have been the training grounds of many famous stock car drivers and whatnot. And I don't think anyone ever gets tired of running on this track. I've never, honestly, ever talked to anyone from anywhere that doesn't really enjoy coming to the Fairground Speedways and racing. It's a perfect challenge between man and machine, the size of the track, the location of the track, and the history part of the track too. I mean, it's a racetrack that has produced more Daytona 500 champions and more race car drivers to professional level racing than any and all other speedways in America combined. It stands alone, and that's quite impressive. Not to mention that it's the second oldest speedway in America.
Yeah, That track record speaks for itself when you list off the Daytona 500 winners and the guys who've gone on to the highest levels of NASCAR and the history of the track itself. What is it that you think makes it such a good breeding ground? Is it the track itself, the configuration, the length and all that? Or is it the fields that you get in terms of number of cars and the quality of drivers, or maybe a little bit of all three?
It is. It's actually a combination of a lot of that stuff. It's a chemistry of the length of the track, the layout of the track, the banking, the speed. You can actually run 3 abreast on a 5/8 mile track, as well as a 1/4 mile track. You can run 2 abreast on it, and most of our drivers that are on the High Banks 5/8 mile track cut their teeth on the 1/4 mile track. So we actually have 2 tracks there with 8 division, but it is just a perfect layout. The speed is just enough to get you to, I guess, to the next level of whenever you can go over 120 miles an hour and 110, 112 mile an hour average. That's pretty fast, and a lot of people think that you get people in the grandstand, they say, well, I would have done this, I would have done that. Why did you do this? Sit down inside of one and put a helmet on and a set of seat belts, and get out there with 35 other race cars, one on this side, one on that side, one in front of you, one behind you, and you'll find out what it's all about real quick. So it's just a combination of, and it's in the right place. Everybody loves to come to Nashville, Tennessee and race. There's so many things you can do in this city, and that's one reason why the All-American 400 has been so successful and so famous for so long. This will be our 32nd All-American 400 this year.
Yeah, that is terrific. Tony Formosa is our guest tonight. He's the man in charge out of Fairgrounds Speedway. Really put the racetrack back on the map after a couple down years. We'll get back into some of that and some more about the summer schedule coming up. We got to take a break here, but come back. More SportsLine right after this on News Channel 5 Plus.